Jim G. he's Mary Lou Fulton Presidential Professor of Literacy Studies at Arizona State University, so we're keeping with the whole back theme. And he's really, in many ways, and considered by many the dean of the games in learning space. He was one of the founding visionaries who created new literacy studies, an interdisciplinary field devoted to studying language, learning, and literacy in an integrated way in the foray to the cognitive, social, and cultural context. It sounds a lot like what you do when you video game, when you level up. He published in 2003 What Video Games Have to Teach Us About Learning and Literacy, and his most recent book on the subject is called Good Video Games and Good Learning Collected Essays. So draw the podium, Dr. James Baldwin.
Okay, I'm going to try to be quick because I know we want lunch. Let me start by saying that I think now the commercial game industry doesn't make games. And that it's wrong to focus on that as the future. What they make is a certain sort of experience. And to make that experience, they have a set of tools. And those tools are, as far as I'm concerned, the future of learning and education in society. So the really interesting issue here is, since this industry has these tools, whether this will be the industry that controls that future, or whether somebody else will take those tools and control that future. But it will be done. Now, let me say what I mean by the paradoxical mark, you don't make games. First of all, the games are about problems, right? And the future of learning is not going to be what we have today, just teaching people a bunch of facts. It's going to be about problem solving, well-designed problem solving. And of course, that's central to games. It's what the future of learning is going to be about complex thinking and thinking about complex systems. Not just one thing at a time. And of course, that's what games are very good at. It's a rule system that interacts in ways that you have to figure out. Of course, the future of learning will be interactive. We will expect a response back from whatever tool we're learning with. And of course, you are the head of the interactive world. The future of learning, as Zoran just said, will be adaptive. That is, the machine or the learning you're doing will adapt to you in a customized way. The future of learning will involve copious and continuous feedback. We know that's the most crucial thing for learning, and of course games are nothing but feedback, constantly. The future of learning, as has already been mentioned, will be about production and not just consumption. The future of learning will have modding in it. That is, the high point will be once you learn the science, now mod it. The future of learning will, of course, have data mining. Data mining is going to be one of the biggest industries we have, as you collect copious data, not only to give feedback to the learner, but to show the learner where he stands with thousands of other people. You can already do this in Halo and lots of other games. You can give them the data from your computer, and you can find out what you've done on a myriad of variables and how you stand with a bunch of other people. I mean, an ultimate sort of assessment. Of course, any real-time strategy game does that. It gives you tons of variables and how they interact across a long period of time. Data mining is going to be in the future. But therefore, we're going to measure not what you did on Tuesday at 4 o'clock in a test from Illinois. We're going to measure growth across time, right? Because we're going to be able to collect all that copious data. And we're going to be able to have comparisons to show you how you stand against millions of other learners, just the way you can find out how you stand against thousands or millions of other Halo players. The other thing that makes this not a game, as the game industry makes, is today almost all good games are connected to what I call the passionate affinity space, what we call a passionate social space, where people become fans and interact over the game and mod for it, and they do theory crafting and World of Warcraft. And the creation of these communities where they learn to articulate their knowledge is actually crucial to the success of many games. Think about the modding community with The Sims or with Spore, right? Good game designers are also designing good social, passionate communities to carry on the learning. The future of learning will be where learning and assessment are completely integrated. You'll actually not know you've got assessed. Now, this is already the case in any good game, because if you finish Halo on hard, the last thing you're tempted to do is say, let's give the guy a Halo test. Right? See, think about it. Why do we think it's reasonable to give an algebra test after 12 weeks of algebra? We don't think it's reasonable to give a Halo test after 40 hours of algebra, just because we think Halo is better designed for problem solving. You can't finish it without having solved problems. By the way, that means the entire testing industry goes broke, which is a massive savings. That will balance the budget right there. The other thing is, the future of learning is going to be, as Henry Jenkins says, media convergence. There's going to be a game, there's going to be social media and augmented reality and text and learning communities and social media all integrated together. And of course, that's a trend today in the gaming industry. And finally, because of all this, the notion of entertainment as something different from education is going to collapse. That's why the word serious game is no good. In fact, this future where people are going to have experiences of just the sort I just said is going to be about engagement and discovery 24/7 inside and outside of school. I think this will be the new biotech, the new green. This will be a major business. It will not eventually need government money or foundation money. It will make people money. But the question is, who's going to step to the plate? Will it be the game industry, the publishers? Who's going to make this happen? Because I think it can make the world a better place, but I also know it's going to make somebody very rich.